1:15. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Danushka Madhavela and read by Geethanjali Ramanayaka. The headlines. The President has convened a meeting with the opposition party leaders and the visiting high-level delegation of the International Monetary Fund. An act has been drafted to protect women's rights and to strengthen the gender equality. It stressed that any woman has the ability to overcome challenges. Sri Lanka reported $476.2 million in foreign remittances in February 2024. Veteran actress and journalist Ramya Wanigasekara passes away. And foreign news, US to set up temporary port on Gaza coast for aid delivery. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has decided to arrange a meeting between the visiting IMF delegation and the opposition parties regarding the IMF proposals. Accordingly, the President has convened a meeting on Monday with the leaders of accepted opposition parties in Parliament and the visiting high-level delegation of the International Monetary Fund. During the meeting scheduled to be held at the Presidential Secretariat, the opposition party leaders will be offered the chance to discuss the IMF's proposals with the delegates. A team led by IMF Senior Mission Chief for Sri Lanka, Peter Brewer, is in Sri Lanka for the second review of the Extended Fund Facility Programme for the island nation. The International Women's Day celebration organized by the Women's and Children's Affairs State Ministry was held under the chairmanship of President Ranil Wickremesinghe. The event was held at the Water's Edge premises in Colombo. The celebration was held under the theme Strength for Her, Progress. Addressing the gathering, the President said that the government has drafted an act to protect women's rights and to strengthen the gender equality. The act will be presented to the Parliament by next May. The government hopes to improve the lives of women population in the country in accordance with the clauses of the Constitution of Sri Lanka. The President said that the relevant draft act will be published in today's newspapers. It's expected to strengthen the gender equality through this act. In addition, the draft budget will also be presented based on gender equality. The President said that this would be the first such act in entire Asia. Senior lecturer of the Mass Communication Division of the Sri Pali campus of Colombo University, Kalani Dharmasri, says that any woman has the ability to overcome challenges. Participating in the Subharati discussion program of the SLBC, she said that special attention is there for each and every woman in the society. In conjunction with the International Women's Day celebration, it has been scheduled to donate 5 tricycles, 5 computers for Jaffna, Mullaitiya, Batticaloa, Monoragala, Ratnapura centres. Besides, it has been planned to identify rural women oppressed by unregulated microfinance schemes. It will be prepared a data system, provided self-employment relief to them, and advanced Samurdhi loans to 5 selected women entrepreneurs. 2 Sri Lankans feature in the list of South Asian women personalities who have overcome various obstacles. They are included in the list of 11 women published by the World Bank. The World Bank has released this list of people who have demonstrated their personalities well in various sectors, key positions, with a hashtag called Clear Her Path. Maithri Rajasingham, a lawyer who leads a civil society organization representing women, Wilithu and Kasturi Wilson, CEO of Hema's Holdings Group, are Sri Lankan women featured in the list. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
At People's Bank, we empower your pride. People's Bank, pride of the nation.
Sri Lanka has recorded a 16% increase in foreign remittances in February 2024 compared to the same period last year. Accordingly, Sri Lanka reported $476.2 million in foreign remittances in February 2024. Meanwhile, Sri Lanka has reported $345.7 million in tourism earnings in February this year. The tourism earnings reported in February 2024 is 113.92% increase in comparison to February 2023. Veteran actress, journalist and former radio news presenter Ramya Vanigasekara has passed away. She was 73 years at the time of her demise. She made her debut stage drama appearance in 1976 with a minor role in the stage drama Hastiraja Mahatya. She had her breakthrough role in the 1978 stage drama Manaranjana Vedavarjana. And she also acted in many other stage dramas, including Kalani Palama, Ahasing Vatunu Minussu, Jela Unnahe, Raja Katava, Muhudu Puttu, and Siri Sangabo. In 1980, Vanigasekara began her career as a news host with Radio Ceylon and was a regular news anchor until her retirement in 2006. She later joined Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation on contract basis, where she worked as a relief newscaster. Final rites will be held on Sunday at the Boralla Cemetery. Peter Dooley Naval Institute in Germany has expressed their willingness to provide technical training to Sri Lankan seafarers. The training manager of the German Institute, Rainer Stark, who met the Minister of Ports and Shipping, Nimal Siripal de Silva, at the Minister's office, said that they are keen to assist the skills development of local aspiring seafarers. Stark said at present the Peter Dooley Naval Institute provides its technical training to seafarers in many countries, including the Philippines. Minister Nimal Siripal de Silva requested the German institution to prepare a program in the future towards training of merchant mariners, jointly with Mahapula Maritime Academy Stark, who responded positively to the minister's request, told the minister that he would discuss with the top management of the Peter Dooley Institute and prepare an urgent program. And that ends local news now.
You have got a transfer.
That's all right, sir. They are all our children.
The right decisions with noble intentions bring pride. At People's Bank, we empower your pride.
The main news story is brought to you by Sinhala Vedamahatmya.
During the meeting between President Ranil Wickremesinghe and the IMF team at the Finance Ministry yesterday, Peter Brewer, Senior Mission Chief for Sri Lanka, delivered encouraging remarks. Brewer emphasized that the IMF program is exhibiting promising signs of efficacy, translating into tangible outcomes. He commended authorities for their unwavering commitment to the program's implementation, noting that such dedication is instrumental in driving positive change. Brewer expressed his satisfaction at witnessing the economy starting to turn around, underscoring the significance of this progress. The statement resonated with both President Wickremesinghe and the IMF team, highlighting the collective efforts and collaboration that have contributed to Sri Lanka's economic recovery.
The main news story was brought to you by Sinhala Vedamahatmya.
On to Watch Live. The Meteorology Department has issued a heat index advisory for today for the northwestern and southern provinces and Ratnapura, Anuradhapura, Mana, Vavuniya and Mullaitivu districts. Heat index, the temperature felt on the human body, is expected to increase up to caution level at some places in the northwestern and southern provinces and in the Ratnapura, Anuradhapura, Mana, Vavuniya and Mullaitivu districts.
Coming up, World News.
Headlines first. The U.S. to set up temporary port on Gaza coast for aid delivery. More than 280 Nigerian pupils abducted in Kuriga. A media tycoon Rupert Murdoch gets engaged to Elena Sikowa. President Joe Biden is to announce that the U.S. military will construct a port in Gaza to get more humanitarian aid into the territory by sea, senior U.S. officials say. The temporary port will increase the amount of humanitarian assistance to the Palestinians by hundreds of additional truckloads per day, officials say. However, it will not include U.S. troops on the ground in Gaza, they said. The UN warns that a quarter of the population is on the brink of famine. A port will take a number of weeks to set up, the officials said, and will be able to receive large ships carrying food, water, medicine and temporary shelters. Initial shipment will arrive via Cyprus, where Israeli security inspections will take place. Mr. Biden is due to make the announcement during his State of the Union address later. Israel's military launched an air and ground campaign in Gaza after Hamas attacks on Israel on 7th of October, in which around 1,200 people were killed and 253 others were taken hostage. More than 30,800 people have been killed in Gaza since then, the territory Hamas-run health ministry says. More than 280 Nigerian school pupils have been abducted in the northern west town of Kuriga, officials say. The pupils were in the assembly ground when dozens of gunmen on motorcycles rode through the school, one witness said. The students between the ages of 8 and 15 were taken away, along with a teacher, they added. Kidnap gangs known as bandits have seized hundreds of people in recent years, especially the northwest. However, there had been a reduction in mass abduction of children over the past year until this week. The incident was confirmed by Uba Sani, governor of Kaduna State, which includes Kuriga. He said 187 students had gone missing from the government secondary school and 125 from the local primary school, but that 25 had since returned. Media tycoon Robert Murdoch has become engaged to his girlfriend, his team has confirmed. The 92-year-old has reportedly been dating retired Russian molecular biologist Elena Zakova, 67, for several months. The marriage, which is expected to take place at the Moraga Vineyard, an estate in California this year, and will be Mr. Murdoch's fifth but sixth engagement. He stepped down as chairman of Fox News Corp last year. According to the New York Times, which broke the story, the nuptials are set for June and invitations have already been sent out. Australian-born Mr. Murdoch was rumoured to be dating Ms. Zakova soon after his engagement to ex-police captain Anne Leslie Smith, and was abruptly called off in April 2023. The pair are said to have met at a party hosted by his ex-wife's Chinese-born entrepreneur Wendy Deng. Back to the headlines of the world news. U.S. to set up temporary port on Gaza coast for aid delivery. More than 280 Nigerian pupils abducted in Kuriga. And media tycoon Rupert Murdoch engaged to Elena Zakova. And that was world news.
Development news.
Now on to development news. Commonwealth Enterprise and Investment Council Chairman Lord Marland praised Sri Lanka's resilience, hospitality and entrepreneurial spirit. He made these remarks after concluding a successful 3-day visit to Sri Lanka as part of a large trip to South and Southeast Asia. Highlighting Sri Lanka's current economic growth of 1.6%, he said, he positioned Sri Lanka as a nation on the move. Marland also met State Minister of Investment Promotion Dilum Amunugama and reaffirmed CWEIC commitment to support the government as part of a strategic partnership. Minister Dilum Amunugama is due to visit London in March as part of the Ministry of Investment Promotion's investment drive, and this visit will create a significant opportunity to foster further ties between the government, business sector and the CWIC.
Moving on with sports news.
Aston Martin's Fernando Alonso set pace from Mercedes' George Russell and Red Bull's Max Verstappen in Saudi Arabian Grand Prix practice. Alonso was 0.230 seconds ahead of Russell and 0.331 seconds quicker than the man who ran away with the first race of the season last weekend in Bahrain. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc was fourth fastest, 0.353 seconds slower than Alonso. Lewis Hamilton was only 8th, 0.296 seconds off teammate Russell. The 7-time champion was also behind Red Bull's Sergio Perez, the second Aston Martin Lance Stroll and Carlos Sainz Ferrari. Alpine's Pierre Gasly and McLaren's Oscar Piastri completed the top 10 in Jeddah. And that was sports news.
Go ekak tiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීත හැබැයි කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru Mithru account, NSB IM, a plan for your dream.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Hot Sri Lanka has distributed 130 electric bicycles to rural schools and their staff in across Sri Lanka. This initiative was taken with the partnership of Minister of Education. The e-bikes were officially handed over in a special ceremony recently with the participation of Minister of Education, Dr. Susil Premajayantha.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Go ekak tiyana youth eකට life එකේ change එකට නියමෙට set වෙන්න ඇස් වහගෙන දැකපු ගීන හැබැ කරන්න youth එකට නියමෙට set වෙන friendship එක මෙන්න.
The all-new NSB Ithru account, NSB IAM, a plan for your dream.
On to economic news, the Coconut Cultivation Board has prepared a program to expand king coconut cultivation countrywide. Accordingly, 86 villages have been selected suitable for king coconut cultivation. These villages have been selected after examining the suitableness for king coconut production. A huge demand for king coconut in our country has been created in the international market, and Sri Lanka has the monopoly on king coconut in the international market. The reason for this is that the taste and quality of king coconut in Sri Lanka is very high.
Weather report.
Well, on to the weather report. Showers or thunder showers may occur at a few places in the western and Sabaragamu provinces and in the Galle and Matra districts in the evening or night. Mainly dry weather will prevail in the other areas of the island. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the western and Sabaragamu provinces and in the Galle and Matra district during the morning. Well, that was the weather report. Prior to concluding, the headlines again. President has convened a meeting with the opposition party leaders and the visiting high-level delegation of the International Monetary Fund. An act has been drafted to protect women's rights and to strengthen the gender equality. It is stressed that any woman has the ability to overcome challenges. Sri Lanka reported $476.2 million in foreign remittances in February 2024. Veteran actress, journalist Ramya Wanigasekara passed away. Foreign news, US to set up temporary port on Gaza coast for aid delivery. Well, with that we end this news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.